What's up with it, y'all? True life stories. Back with another one. You know, it's a lot going on right now, bro, with this Trump stuff. And it's like, let's talk about it. I'm seeing, I never, paid attention to this, but now I'm seeing like the Latinos getting like angry, like asking black people, like, why ain't y'all trying to help us? With this stuff Trump doing, we was there for y'all. We was there for y'all when Black Lives Matter, and and it's like, y'all voted for Trump. Your people was supporting Trump. That's the crazy part. Like, how you got Latinos for Trump, and then Trump turn around and start deporting y'all. Like, that had nothing to do with us. But y'all get mad at us? We like, you gotta understand, bro. Why everything get blamed on black people? Why y'all gotta blame us? Every time something happen, we don't have no control over nothing these people do. They been having their foot on our necks forever. Forever. Now they start putting their foot on the necks of the DEIs and the Latinos and the other people, that the immigrants of this country. Now y'all know how we feel. We've been going through this since slavery. And then even when we came out of that, it we was in the same position. They were still dogging us. But every time something happened, bro, we get blamed. They blame us. Let's get into these videos and see what the Latinos is saying right now. And this is what's crazy, right? I got two Latino kids. So I have nothing against Latinos. Nothing at all. How could I? When I got two Mexican kids myself. But let's check this out.
As our community is being targeted, as our community is being attacked. And I have to.
Okay. Now let me say this again. We've been targeted forever. It took something for like George Floyd to happen. You feel me? For people to stand up and recognize what was been happening to us forever.
Be honest and say that I am not surprised. And I'm not
Bet you not.
surprised for multiple reasons, which I want to go ahead and share with you. Leading up to November and what happened, I saw a lot of Latinos pop up and support him. A lot of
Exactly.
Latinos say things like, well, my family came here legally, so everyone else should. I saw a lot of Latinos say
Exactly.
things like, well, they're only targeting the criminals. When now you're hearing about reports of multiple people being round up or at least questioned that are not even criminals.
Exactly. Y'all was it was stuff getting said to us like, like, we come over here and we get jobs. We don't try to be on welfare. We don't try to be on Section 8. We don't try to be on these things. We come over here trying to work. Bro, we've been trying to work over here for a millennium. Like, we built this country. We actually built this country and made this country what it was. So you can't say nothing to us about what we've been through, man. We've been through hell and back. Like, when I go to and think about my great grandparents, they was like slaves. Like, come on now.
You can look that up for yourself. I also heard of a lot of Latinos, frankly, just outright saying things like, it doesn't matter. That it doesn't matter to them because it's not impacting them.
Yeah.
And that, y'all, is rooted in privilege. The ability to not care, or the choice, frankly, to not care about another group, especially of a marginalized group that is hurting, the ability to not care because it doesn't impact you, the ability to not care how the results went because it doesn't impact you, or you think it doesn't impact you, because we'll get there. There's privilege there.
Yeah.
But what I also want to go ahead and mention, why I'm also not surprised that things went in this direction and now we find ourselves here. And now Latinos are like, oh my gosh, what, I didn't think that this would happen. Girl, bye. Like, we knew, and we tried to warn you, but here we are. Latinos, we have an anti-blackness issue in our community. I grew up with it. I grew up with family members who were not friendly towards black people or said things around darkness or blackness. There's machismo in our community that is still very rampant. This need to dominate over women. So machismo, racism, the disinformation and misinformation that is an issue in our community. So all of that together.
And that's wild because like we have that in our community also with the older ones, or a lot of our elders. But the cold thing about it is we always stood up for everybody. I think that was like one of the things about the people that I know I was around. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what race you was. It never mattered. You feel me? Like we all in here together. Nobody is above anybody else. You know, until as soon as you think you above somebody and this happens, and then you want to start crying. But like I said, it's been happening to us forever. Forever, bro. I'm glad you put out this video and you're telling the truth about not just yourself, but your people and the other people. Thank you, Aries with Loomis, however you say his name. Thank you, bro. Arise with Loomis.
I knew, and I said this months ago, that it would lead to, or it could lead to, people not voting for her. And here we freaking are.
Right now.
Okay? So I'm not surprised. And also, internalized racism. The proximity or the need to feel like you want to be white, even though you will never be white. Never.
Ever.
It just won't be a thing. All that comes together, and you have what we're going through now. So I'm not surprised. But if you do want to have conversations about this type of stuff, follow for more, because I'm down to talk. Okay.
I can say thank you, bro, because that's something I was saying a long time ago. It's like almost like we come in and we try to switch positions with what we think the white people are or what they have. We try to get into what they are doing and make ourselves them. And then it's crazy because they trying to make themselves into us. So it's like the wildest thing going on. But let's go to the next video so we can get deeper into this.
Don't call me baby. I'm not.
Oh, let me turn that music off before I get in trouble. But why isn't the black community? She said, why isn't the black community standing up for us like Latinos did for Black Lives Matter? What you mean? Like, how are we not standing up? Like, y'all not out protesting? Like, y'all, if you get out there and protest, you don't think we're going to be with y'all? It's going to be some white people with y'all. It's going to be every race with y'all out there. That's how everybody does it. Stop pointing out and making people into what you think it is, just because you know one individual or you one person or you feel a certain type of way. Get out there and protest. Get out. If that's what you're going to do, you know you're going to have backing. That's all I'm saying. But let's get to the next one, man. Oh, this him again. Let's see. What's he talking about? It's Black History Month. I need my fellow Latinos to listen to this.
Let me just talk about the anti-blackness that exists in the Latino community, because it's a real thing. And it is only further perpetuating the division between our two communities and contributing to the overall oppression of our two communities. And I know there's going to be some people out there that's like, that's not even a thing. That's not a real issue. But it is. I grew up hearing freaking racist remarks made towards black people.
Yeah.
And I heard it often. And I know so many other people did. And not only is it about anti-blackness, it's also about internalized racism that some Latinos, including myself when I was a child, felt the need to be white because I saw white people being treated better. And in my mind, I'm like, well, if I'm white, or if I consider myself white, or if I tell people that I'm white, then I am going to be treated better.
Yeah.
I didn't understand as a child why I even felt that. But we are socialized as a society to want that, unless you break out of the freaking matrix and you realize, oh my gosh,
people sleep, man, because then we get to talking proper. We want to talk like them. You don't want to use your slang like you've been using. It's like, it's the craziest thing, bro.
All being oppressed by the same freaking systems.
The same system.
So for us to have division and for there to be anti-blackness in our community is not helping anyone. One, it's just wrong, but two, it's only further perpetuating the oppression that already exists in our freaking society. So there's that part. And then there's this whole dismissal of Afro-Latinos because Afro-Latinos exist.
Exactly.
Yet sometimes are classified as not Latino when in reality they are Latinos.
Hey, we was just talking about that when Rob went over there to I forgot Barbados or one part of Mexico that he was in, and he put a picture in Discord, and it was a black dude. I'm like going, he had an afro and everything, and it made me go look up African Latinos, and oh my God, like we talking about a whole city of black people that speak Spanish. So it's like, bro, we all cut from the same cloth, but we trying to be from something else that we are not. When all of us is a part of this, bro. All of us is making this what it is, bro. It's not the ones that's running it. It's us. It's like we are the machine. We are the gears within the machine to make the US what it is.
Afro-Latinos.
Afro-Latinos.
And then there's this whole freaking connection to where we find ourselves in American history. Okay? And the fact that many people, many Latinos, Latino men in particular, did not want to vote for a black and Asian, but a black woman. Okay? And then there's the intersection of machismo, internalized racism, anti-blackness, and all of it contributing, again, to the further perpetuation of oppression of our communities. That's what I need people to understand. When there's division between our two communities, that is purposeful, okay? Because these systems, these people in power want us to be infighting, when in reality, there's a lot more that we have in common. We are also being oppressed by the same systems. We should be supporting each other. And it is because of black people and their advocacy that we, as Latinos and other communities, have the civil rights that we have today. The ability for us to even be able to have that privilege.
We marched, like our ancestors marched. A lot of them died and lost their life to get these rights that we have today. That other people came into the country and were able to use. And I mean, better than we did. Like, that's the crazy part. They were given more authority than us that fought for it and that made it happen.
Was in large due part to black people, okay? So I need us to understand that. And I need us to have a conversation about that, because even if we were brought up that way, that doesn't mean that we can't change. That doesn't mean that we can't do better, because we can.
We all can, bro. We all can do better, and that's what we supposed to fight for, you know, as a community, because we live next to each other. Like, ain't no politician live on my block. I got Latinos on my block. Like, you think I want my Mexican friends scared to go outside because they scared ICE, or they gonna get deported, or they gonna get sent back to it? No, I don't want. That's the last thing I would want. Yeah, I'm like going, bro, you know, this shit is crazy, man. Let's get to the next one.
I just want to reiterate something to my black and brown community. There is only one reason, and one reason only, why they're coming against you, and always have come against the black community. It's because of your excellence. They know exactly who you are, who we are as a collective, more than we know who we are. And I just want you to remember that we are intellectual, we are smart, we are talented, we are creative. And they know this about us.
Hey, but you see what she said? She didn't split it up. Once she said blacks, Latinos, and whatever, she started saying we are this. Not, oh, Latinos is this, oh, blacks is this. No, she's saying we. These are the things that we are. We are powerful. We are hella powerful. That's why they want to take that power that we have, or they want to divide that power, you know, because if they get us going against each other, it'll be like, okay, that's certain things that like happened in prison, bro. Like, you know, it's divide and conquer. Because once I keep y'all divided and y'all not, like, You going now, you going the blacks is choosing the white side. Now they're going against the Latinos, and then you got over here the Latinos going, oh, they choosing the white side and they're going against the blacks. This is what they want. It's better if we're not, because it would, man, over time, just think about it, bro. Blacks and Latinos we was like always been like this where I'm from. It's always been like this. We was one of the same. When you seen your Mexican friend, you didn't look at him as a Mexican. You looked at him as a person, as a man, as whether a teenager, we was teenagers or whatever. We looked at each other as equals. We never looked at it like that. That's what they're throwing at us, and they're making us. That's why they always, when you go and fill out a job application or anything, they make you, oh, what's your race? What that shouldn't even matter. That shouldn't even be that shouldn't even matter what my race is. How's that? What is that going to change? Whether I'm black, white, Mexican, what is that going to change on a job application?
I mean, look at our cultures, look at our food, look at our skin tones, look at our hair. What would a person not want? You can find everything you want to find amongst us, right? So I just want you to keep your head up, screwed on tight. I want you to know that we've always persevered, and we always will persevere. We are strong. We're more than conquerors, okay? We will get through all of this, but we have to stick together.
We have to.
Because they're after one thing and one thing only, and that's to conquer us and keep us down. And we can't allow them to do that.
Yeah.
Just remember who you are and stick by one another. And we are going to make it through. Because in the end, you know what? They know, and we should know, we are the chosen ones.
Yeah. And like, from the way I feel like it, all of us are chosen. White, black, Hispanic, Asian. I don't care what you are. What we all are chosen. That's how come we can come together and move mountains the way we do. But we can't let them keep breaking us apart. And we pointing fingers at each other, bro. Come on now. Let's get to the next video. Oh, let me what's in that? Okay, yeah, we already seen this one. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Of black people making fun of Mexicans.
Okay, who told Theo to get on the fucking internet? How is it that you're able to spew hate, disrespect, and ignorance all in one video towards a marginalized community? You think they're making fun of us? No, they're making fun of the Mexican community like you. That anti-blackness has spread hatred and disrespect among that marginalized community. When you said, by verbatim, that we're all still together, no, we're not together. Holding beers together and basically chilling and listening to our music, no, we're not like that, no. All because Theo want to open their mouth and say, hey, they're making fun of us, so I'm going to go ahead and speak. No. Yeah. We have too much anti-blackness in our own community. We have self-hatred for our own community. We're divided to the point now we have Latinos for Trump. And they're in their fuck around and find out phase now. A lot of our community assimilated to the colonizer mindset. You are not helping our case to basically unify with the black community. We have no fucking right to step on our nose onto their business. And the reason why I said we have anti-blackness is because a lot of the times in our own community, we go attack people that are Afro-Latino. There are people in our community that go after and say they're not really Mexican because they only see him as black. Like, Theo, we have so much fucked up shit in our own community we haven't even addressed. But no, you decided to make a video, a hateful video, a very anti-black video towards another marginalized community. And here's the thing, Mexican is not a race, it's an ethnicity. For me, yeah, I have lineage that goes back to Mexico, but I'm indigenous. Whoever's Theo is that, please get him off the internet, please. He is not helping our fucking community at all.
Yeah. Hey, it's crazy, man. These young people, a lot of these young people, they got a lot of, I'm glad they as smart as they is, and they got a voice, and their voice is being heard, and they're able to speak. and and go, dang man, we got we got racism within our community, because like I was saying, we do too. We have too, like in the black community, like we do that shit too, and it's like, man, like for what? Like it's not helping anything. If look, bro, all information is not good information. I'ma just say it, but it's just not. Let's go to the next video.
When you come on this app and you make a video as a Latino, and I'm not specifically referring to one person because I've seen at least 2 or 3 videos of this and I can't even remember who, but asking where are the black people in terms of their support for the Latino community during these obviously hard times with, racial profiling and mass deportations and ICE raids. Those types of videos are just always like opening up the opportunity for the comment section to be either super anti-black or for xenophobic comments towards Latinos to happen. It's not productive. I don't understand the point of it. I've seen multiple black people on this app voice their support for our community, and I hate the comparison. Well, we were there for them during the Black Lives Matter movement. Bro, if you support a cause, do it from the goodness of your heart, not because you're expecting something in return. I hate
Exactly. But look, in the comments, somebody said 92% of black women and 80% of black men tried to save everyone when we voted in November. What do you mean? Where are the black people? We tried, but more Latinos voted against us. He said, I know there are no words to describe how much it pisses me off that so many Latinos voted for him. So, but now y'all going, where the black people at? Are you guys gonna help us? Like, bro, we been helping. We got y'all the rights that y'all had. Y'all voted to get them taken away. I'm just saying, but we still here, bro. Like I said, I got 2 Latino kids. Two. And I would hate to see us divided over something like this, bro. Like, despite what, we all still in this together. So let's continue to stay in this together and come together, but stop pointing fingers at each other. I know I point fingers myself sometimes, but I still love you though. But let's get into the next one. Let's see what this next person has to say. I haven't even watched these yet. I'm letting y'all know. I'm just going through them. And we're watching them for the first time together, unless some of y'all seen some of these already.
Black people in Mexico were not even acknowledged until recent years. Their presence was not acknowledged by the government up until very recent years. But yet, they have been there since days of slavery. You understand? So, since the days of slavery, a lot of the slaves in North America, in the United States, a lot of the slaves ran to Mexico to hide. And a lot of them have been living there. And not only that, but a lot of these Spaniards, they brought some slaves to Mexico too. So black people have been in Mexico for hundreds of years. But Mexican government has not acknowledged their presence until very recent years. And that is why I made a video and called it Afro-Mexican. Because these people have been there for many years with their own communities, speaking Spanish, of course.
Yeah.
But they acknowledge their African ancestry. They acknowledge it. That's why they self-identify as Afro-Mexican, because they're acknowledging their African roots. And the government has not bothered with them. When you watch telenovelas, Spanish telenovelas, have you ever seen a black man? No, never. But yet, black people have been there since the Europeans have been there for hundreds of years.
Wow, a little history lesson there. Why do these young people got to come out and teach these old people that are stuck in their ways of being? Because, like, when you think about it, right, when black people did, go over to Mexico or whatever, or however long they've been there, like, why would the Mexican government or whoever follow the way the government was over here? And we as black people, you got to understand, anywhere outside of Africa, any country we went to, we had these kind of problems. It's not nothing new to us. Why you think it's nothing to us? We already been through it. So it don't matter whether we in Mexico, it don't matter whether we in Europe, it don't matter if we in the United States. We've been through it. We already seen it. We witnessed, we went through it. A lot of our people died for this and behind this. So I'm just saying, when other people start feeling it, then they, they look at us and go, hey. And it's like, I understand that too, but I'm just saying, bro, we got to do better. Let's get to the next one.
Dear Latinos, being racist to other Latinos, indigenous, and black folks will not bring you any closer to the whiteness that you crave so much. And if this message bothers you, then it was probably meant for you. Dear Latinos, being racist to other Latinos, indigenous, and black folks will not bring you any closer to the whiteness that you crave so much. And if this message bothers you, then it was probably meant for you.
Exactly. And that, and that goes for, some of us black people too. You feel me? It's not going to bring you no closer to being white. It's not. Because you can't be that. It's impossible. But let's watch one more. And then, I'm going to be up out of here, man. I just want to hear I want to hear what y'all say in the comments about this stuff. Because it's getting wild right now. It's a lot going on.
Why are so many Latinos racist against black people? Good question. So first of all, let me start by acknowledging that's the truth. And anyone that says otherwise is not helpful in this whole conversation. Like white people saying, I don't see color. Secondly, race is just a construct that was invented by European people intended to divide us, which they successfully managed to do. And unfortunately, just like many other purposefully marginalized communities, we play along exactly into the narrative of letting them divide us. We all have that tío or abuelito or papa in our family that is racist, that is, has issues with black people or Asian people, or is homophobic or transphobic.
Hey, that's true, right? Because when I first moved here to San Diego, I my neighbors down the street, they were Mexican, but like the son was like my age, so they called him Negro because he was a dark Mexican. They called him Negro. It was like he was a dark Mexican. He wasn't as dark as me, but he was dark, so they called him Negro. And like I used to go down there and we used to, we smoke blunts and like kind of chill, right? And one time I went down there and his mom came back and she was like flashing on him and going off. And, I left, I went home. I came back the next day, like a couple of days later, however long it was. And he was like, hey, bro, we got to kick it up the street. You feel me? I'm like, well, like, why is that? I'm like, what's going on? Everything cool. He's like, nah, my mom just, she racist. She don't like black people. And I'm like going, what? Like, it kind of tripped me out because, in Central California, that's something I never had to worry about. I never had to worry about anything like that because, anybody from Northern California know too, all the races, they get along. We never had them kind of problems. We had like racist white people here and there, but we didn't have to never worry about too many Mexicans being racist against blacks. So it was like trippy, bro. But I'm just saying, let me finish this one and then I'm going to have to go on and get out of here. But make sure you subscribe if you ain't subscribed. And let me know in the comments what you think about this if you're watching this.
And most likely it's more family members than not.
Yeah, more family members
issue is
than
that
not.
It's really difficult to have these conversations.
Wait, I'm almost done.
But we need to have these conversations with our own community. We need to call out, call in, and educate our own family members, our own friends. And too often I see Latinos stay silent. And they say, oh, that's just how he is. And yes, I use he a lot because it's a lot of times the man, at least in my experience. And if you live in LA, you probably know the scandal we recently had with the leaked audio. For me, the only scandal really was that so many Latinos that I know pretended that that's a surprise.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
That's exactly like white people pretending that they're surprised that racism exists.
Wow.
There's so many issues in our Latino community.
Absolutely.
From being anti-black
Thank you.
to brown people calling themselves white. I mean, please identify as whatever you want, but it's weird. Two light-skinned Latinos like myself pretending that they have the same racism to deal with as a black person. And then there is the whole other layer of not being Latino enough, not being black enough, not being brown enough. It's like our community is so busy tearing each other down that we lost sight of who is actually doing the oppression here.
Yeah.
I had a US-born friend here in LA whose both parents were Mexican, but she has never been to Mexico and she doesn't speak Spanish. And she told me that in her opinion, I wasn't really Mexican, which I thought was funny. And I immigrated as an adult. I'm not even first generation. I'm a Mexican immigrant in the United States.
Wow.
But to her, just because my mom was European, that was enough to tell me I wasn't actually Latina.
That's crazy.
And those are the same kind of people that pretend that all Latinos are brown and act like Afro-Latinos don't exist. It's time for all of us to unite because together, we're not the minority.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Cause like this, like stuff like this will have us warned against our own people, against each other. Like I had another friend because I worked down by the water, cleaning like the yachts and stuff like that, and working on the yachts, fixing them and doing repairs and stuff. And my Mexican friend down there, 'cause, you know, this is Mexican. It's a lot of Mexicans here in San Diego. I love it. It's like real diverse. But down there, he tell me, you know, his family is from Mexico, but he was born over here, and like he's darker than her, but he said he went out there to go visit his family, and he was at his family's restaurant, and he said they were like kind of clowning him because he spoke his Spanish was a little different than theirs. It was more Americanized. So they used to make jokes about him and clown him and like be kind of racist towards him because he was American Latino. So like that's why like even that you know that like even in Africa, like us being African American, you know, when the Africans come over here or if we go over there, they make jokes about us and how we're Americanized and different things like that. And then we make jokes about them and talk about them. It'd be back and forth. It's like kind of weird, bro. They got us fighting each other. And we don't have no reason to fight each other. You know, so just let me know what y'all think about the video. Make sure you like the video. If you like it a lot, share it. And then, you know, I'll be back, man, to drop another one real soon, you know, as I'm researching and doing what I do, man. Peace out. Have a good one.